from Atlanta to discuss the charges, and we welcome you, James Brown. How did all of this trouble begin?
Living in America. There's nothing wrong.
The Tower of Babel. No, I'm just kidding. They certainly pick a beautiful spot to build this fort. Texas Rangers. They picked a beautiful spot now
Look at this.
to build this
Let's be
fort.
picture of that.
Isn't it? Right?
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
How did they like manage to? Man, they must have had a scout come out and.
Oh yeah. There's Crown Point. There's Fort Ticonderoga, and this is the road all the way to this fort.
Mm.
The road went up through the mountains, through Rutland, over there. That's Route 89 now.
Right.
Route 89.
Wow.
Randy, do you want help? You're...
There you go.
Well, the other thing is, this is not a Ticonderoga. This is not a military fort. Military.
Oh yeah, taking a picture of yourself. Here I am.
It's all right.
I could shoot rocks out of it. I want. Dump them down there.
Yep. Get in there.
And I fired round ball, bird shot, buckshot. Oh yeah, it's pretty neat. Actually, a kit gun. I bought it. It was 80% inlet, which isn't as much as you think. There's a lot of work to put this thing together.
Still a lot of work. Yeah.
Matter of fact, they're supposed to be a lot thinner down through here. I was afraid to get it too thin. I was afraid to break it. And the plans I had showed this cut back there. So the muzzle stuck out. I cut it off there just to practice. And looked at it and said, that looks good the way it is. And someone told me, he says, it doesn't matter. They're all different.
Exactly. Yeah, they're all made by hand, so
Yep.
every one was different.
Okay, and it's like this thing here, that's supposed to be sunk in.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be able to, I ain't that good, so I sanded it off flat. Oh, there's a fancy washer, a surface monitor.
It is. Yeah.
Good enough.
Hey, it worked.
You're an apprentice, right? And I don't do it. But that's why when I have an apprentice, he's much more willing to do this than try to talk to you folks. So if you're here tomorrow, I'll be sitting out there talking with you, and he's going to be happier. And I have a couple of young men tomorrow.
I will follow
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Go. Fire. Whew.
Had them like this.
Hi! I would stay here. How do you still do, Ben? So
I traded my tomahawk for his saber.
Ben.
They're gonna fire it again, boys.
Boy, they were so proper back then. That's why they got hammered.
They were proper so they didn't blow themselves up.
being really loud.
Rules are there for a reason. You gotta pop a hole in the charge.
Yeah.
Little
French officers all bought their commissions. So all of them argued because everybody wanted to be in charge of everybody else, so nobody got coordinated. They sent in one regiment going after this, which was enough to take over the Austrians. But as they closed that 100-yard radius, all of a sudden, two cannons like this popped out of their infantry line, went right into the center, fired grape shot, which is a little small, 20 gauge, 20 caliber, or 68 caliber, 20 gauge balls, and just devastated the whole center of the line. All you have to do at that point is fix your bayonets and run them off the field. So this is what this gun is designed for. It's going to be a little loud, hopefully, and I'm going to pick the charge, so I want it to be loud. But this is the type of thing you can see used in the 18th
Thank you.
century. May seem slow and plodding compared to modern artillery, but I can get off, with my crew, if we were allowed to do it, I could probably get off 3 rounds a minute. So, but we don't do that. Insurance, lawyers. Back in the 18th century, they didn't have lawyers. Nobody cared. As a matter of fact, the King of France outlawed lawyers coming to New France because he wanted to make a beautiful country. So that was the first thing he eradicated. Anybody's
What happened now? Now we got a bunch of loser lawyers now.
Nice delivery. Lawyer is French for liar.
Yeah.
Lawyer is French for liar. They're not going to shoot.
Bouchez la lumière. That means I'm closing the vent. Allez, Thibault. Too late. Now you're searching the bees to make sure we don't have anything in there. Go get it. Too late. Programmer. Come on, the cartouche.
Wow, that was loud.
Now that's the style.
Wow.
That was a good one.
Holy.
What they're thinking is the original site, if you go into Charlestown, the last right-hand turn before you go over the overpass for the train, you take that, you go down and you'll see a rise in the land. It's now a trailer park. That's where they think the fort originates. You cross over those railroad tracks, you look, and it's a great meadow. 1700s, that was still a great meadow. They would have used, the British would have used a brown vest, which was a 76. I portray a long hunter or a spy that came up from Virginia with a letter from Governor Dinwiddie to give to Governor Shirley. I have heard about Fort at number 4, so I came up to see what it was like. I have what is a rifle. It's not a smooth bore. This is a style of an early Virginian, what they would have had in 1755. Because you got to remember, your rivers were highways. Okay? It was only attacked one time, the fort itself. And, you know, it was cold and nasty out. And the women wanted to leave, so as they do, they wanted to go down south. So they went back down to Massachusetts, where it was a whole lot warmer. And the men stayed up here for a couple of weeks. And they said, this is stupid. There's nothing to do. There's nobody to keep us warm at night, although it is quiet because the kids are gone. So they left too. They locked the fort up. They left a dog and a cat here. They left. They've been gone a short while, and 250 French and Indians came down the Connecticut River on their way to Maine. They came down by the fort, said, okay, nobody's here, so in the spring we'll come back and burn it. Springtime got here. Captain Stevens and the boys got here first. French and Indians showed back up, and they started shooting. Shot back and forth for 3 or 4 days. Being such good shots as they were, nobody hit anybody. And the French commander came up with a flag of truce. He said, look, we'll let you guys go, we'll let you live, you can keep your weapons, but you gotta leave. Captain Stevens went to the boys and said, okay, here's the deal. I kind of paraphrase this stuff. And anyhow, the boys said, nah, we got 2 wells with plenty of water, we got plenty of food, because back then they would have buried their food in the ground, natural refrigeration. And we got more than enough ammunition than we're ever going to use. So we went back to the French commander and said, okay, this is the deal. They fought back and forth for 3 or 4 more days. French commander came back up with another flag of truce. He said, look, we're tired. We want to go home. We've been away for 6 months. We're hungry. Will you sell us some food? Captain Stevens said, no, I don't think so. Because you got to remember, back then, if they weren't fighting, they were friends. Captain Stevens had been a captive of the Abenaki for 2 years, so he spoke fluent Abenaki. He knew all of them. When they, like I said, when they weren't fighting, they were buddies. So he sold to anybody and everybody. I call him the Walmart of the 1740s. Because he would go down to Boston to buy his stuff. He'd go to Quebec to buy goods to sell. He didn't care. General Stark would muster for the Revolutionary War. The Revolutionary War, the only thing left here was the Great Hall, and it was on the ground. They had moved all their houses back to where they belong. Because this house right here, Dr. Hastings' house, he owned the land that the fort was on. They paid him rent. They moved 4 houses, because us New Englanders are famous for just hooking the oxen to the front and let's move it. The organization was started in 1947. They started building the fort in 1960. It was finished in the 1990s.
They have better things to do.
Wow.
They have better things to do than fight.
No, these guys live for you.
How far away is it?
I know. I've been wanting to do it for the longest. They come out of
You're in the second right.
Right, ready! Raise Fire! Fire!
Don, shift down. Jay, shift down.
No.
Shift down.
Just a lot of stuff to see. A lot of rules.
Come up.
Ouch.
Really
should get one of those. I said we really should get one of those. It's gonna hurt. I feel like I'm at work.
Yeah. Oh.
Gonna get louder.
They're giving up.
Well, no. As he explained in the beginning, they pushed them back up to the
Correct. They push us back into the fort.
Yeah.
Rangers! Right about there.
Another guy down.
By the right. Wheel. Front.
Oh, that guy's shooting
Virginia.
really heavy load. Rifle.
I don't know. I think that guy's using. It sounds like he's using a cannon.
Yeah, I know.
It really
Sounds
does.
like 58 caliber or something. He's using a full 100 grain charge.
Uh-oh.
Casualty.
Rangers down.
Oh no.
There's a bunch of them.
He's just tired.
laying
Yeah.
that can't be comfortable.
Oh, there's another one way over there.
That can't be comfortable laying in the grass face.
Fire! Fire! Follow me, on me. Give distance so your other guys can get through.
I grabbed you because I closed my eyes.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
You like to volunteer?
Not today. When our house is done.
I'm glad you're taking pictures.
Maybe.
Yeah, that snapchat.
There's a bunch of them dead.
Yeah.
Get ready! Reset! Fire! Fire!
Oh God.
Incoming.
Yep, we love that smell.
Woo! Do you want to back up, bud?
That one even got you.
Could you imagine doing that all day?
In a wool uniform?
Yeah.
No thanks, I'd rather be shot.
I'm pretty sure they were thinking about that too. I'd rather die.
Go for it. Your turn.
Now, see, due to our ancestry, technically, I wouldn't have been fighting for the English.
Bonjour. Bonjour, people.
My family too. I would have been with them.
Yeah, I would have been down there with them.
Yeah.
I'm Irish and Scottish, so I don't really have a place.
You were what?
I'm Irish and Scottish. I don't really have
I'd rather be with the French.
You also have English.
Yeah, it's the Great Hall. This is where they did storage. They store their food, some stuff that they needed. And supplies. They also have this slide over. They would shoot through here also. And they would meet up here whenever they had an issue or they needed to talk about something. Everyone would gather up here in this great room. And they have a massive fireplace. And they would meet up here. Candle holders. Candles up in the ceiling there. Beautiful iron. This is quite big. A lot of people fit in here. 2 fireplaces to keep both sides warm. Such a big space. They need a.
Keep the whole town in here.
Yeah.